Okay. So this should be fun. This is going to be a fun educational night. We're going to wait for a few people to go ahead and get logged in on here. All right. All right. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I love you guys. We already have some people in the chat already. You guys have been waiting, so I appreciate you guys. Same bat time, same bat place. We got a fun training tonight planned for you guys. And we are going to be diving deep into how to manage your financial GPS. And there's some of you who have reached out to have your GPS activated. So we're going to talk about what that means, why you want to do it, how to do it yourself, and more importantly, how to use it yourself. Okay. It's all about the DIY here. It's all about the DIY. Oh. As they say, the show must go on. We're trying to get better and better for you guys. Always waiting to get some feedback from you guys. We love you guys. First and foremost, want to definitely thank anybody who's new. Welcome to the Lasser Financial Consultants family. We're here for you. We take the fear out of finances through education, and that's what it's all about. It's about you being educated, because the more you know, the more you grow. So we want you to be empowered. We want you to take control. And then when you get to a point where you have questions, this is where you come. This is where you come at, and you shoot your questions to us. And we're able to answer those questions to the best of our ability. And if we're unable to answer your questions, we know the people that will be able to answer your questions. All right. So many of you have reached out and said, hey, look, we want to activate our financial GPS. Where do we start? And this training right now is, you know, we want to talk about that financial GPS, and we want to talk about what it is, and definitely, you know, how to do it yourself. Because, see, believe it or not, we want you empowered so that you don't need us any longer, right? We want you to be the yeast, right? We want you to know and then spread out. And I sincerely believe in that, right? Because what tends to happen is that people become paralyzed with fear, right? Oh no, this just happened. I don't know what to do, right? And then you have some people that maybe they'll go talk to, you know, a family friend or a good friend of theirs, auntie or uncle. You know, maybe they're talking to somebody at the water cooler. That's if they're going into work, right? Maybe they'll go shoot a text to somebody. And there's a lot of people who what they do is they'll make an appointment with financial advisors and financial planners, and they'll see what this advisor has to say. They'll see what this planner has to say. Right? They'll see what that consultant has to say. And whoever makes them feel good, then that's where to go. So I want you to be empowered to do something different. Okay? What I want you to be empowered to do is say, okay, I just audited my financial scenario, my financial picture. This is what I'm working with right here. And once you have all of those details, then you're able to verbalize or put in writing exactly what you want, right? And so when you meet us, we want to be able to share with you your options based upon your self-audit of your financial picture. So what we want to do right now is, we want to go ahead and jump into what we call our financial GPS. And as we jump into this financial GPS, we want to just take into considerations. Now, this is a copy of a client, right? It's not one of our actual clients. This is one of our practice accounts that we have here. And this essentially is what your financial GPS will look like. Okay. And so what it does here essentially is you can use this for business purposes, or you can use this for personal purposes. So for all intents and purposes, we're going to use this family's dummy account, if you will, practice account, if you will. And we're going to talk about each step of the financial GPS. And then if you stick around, we're going to show you some bonus features of the financial GPS. So let's go ahead and jump in here real quick and talk about what is this all about and how to use it, right? So let's just say you're a typical client and you want to fill this out as much as you can. This is personal. This is customized completely to you. But obviously, yeah, you want to put your name in. Middle initial. You'll understand why towards the end if you stick around to the end. Okay. Definitely, if, there's a way of how you like to be addressed. You want to go ahead and add that in here. But the biggest thing, put in your date of birth. Okay. Put in your date of birth. Okay. And if you are married, you want to plan an horizon to age 87. Why age 87? No, we're not saying you're going to die at age 87. But if you're married, by the way, hit save. Always hit save. Okay. When it comes time to add in a spouse, you choose age 87 for the head of household and then age 94 for the spouse. Why doing it that way? Is because this program will easily help you plan for any type of long-term care scenario or any type of disability type of scenario. Okay. That's the reason why we plan this way. As we always say, proper planning makes execution easier. So plug in this information. Okay. Hit save. Now, for those of you who are listening, just understand we activate this for you at no cost to you, right? We're supported by multiple nonprofit organizations on behalf of financial literacy, and that's how we're able to provide this for you at no cost to you. Our only hope is, and one of the reasons for tonight is that you get access to this account and you start using it. You start using it. Once you see the power of this of this account, you just really start using it. And when you use it, man, it's just so empowering. All right. The other thing, you want to add in the kids, put their date of birth as well. Okay. Always hit save. And then obviously, you want to hit, put in all the kids' name and obviously hit save. Okay. Now, if there's more participants, what you're going to want to do, some families, there are blended families, some families, they're taking care of grandma and grandpa, right? Auntie or uncle, however they'll look. You add that in. And then there's other category, right? In the other category, if we really want to just make sure that we're planning, like really, really doing a good job planning. This is where you'll put the dog. This is where you'll put the cat. Okay. They need to be a part of your plan as well. All right. I was talking to, my man, Jack with CDP Media, and he was talking about his alpacas, right? All right. So if you're the owner of an alpaca farm, you want to add in your alpacas. I'm not going to let them live that down. All right. Moving right along. The next thing that you want to go to is once you have all the family members in and you hit save, definitely you're going to go over to the expense category. Now, this part right here is one of the most important parts of your financial GPS. This is the one part that you want to narrow in and make sure that you have it correctly. Okay. So many times I ask people, I said, hey, so how much do you need to live per month? And they would just give me a number, $7,500. And the question is that including your rent, your credit cards, and everything else? And they'd be like, yeah, $7,500. Well, normally that number is not correct, right? So what you want to do is you want to break down, you want to itemize, right? I often, reference a course that is coming up. It's called the Credit Detox, right? But before you can do your credit detox, or before you should do your credit detox, you definitely should itemize your expenses. So let's just say for, gas, power, water, you're spending on average $500 a month. Okay. All things considered, let's just say you gas up once a week, 2 cars once a week, and we'll put you roughly at $400 a month for that. Okay. Everybody has to eat. Okay. So, we can add another, $500 for groceries. Okay. Do you pay for any type of, tutoring or, anything educationally? Are you putting that, out that much, per month? Okay. Also, some people pride themselves in their tithes and offerings. So what are you, doing in, for your giving, your share of charitable giving? What does that look like, for a month? Now, if you don't know, referencing your past tax returns is pretty cool because you can use those to put inside of those numbers, right? Something else that's really important is you should put inside of your expenses is what type of fees or charges are you seeing on a monthly basis? Okay. Is there, some people you use an account and, let's say, let's say PayPal, let's say, Netflix, let's say Hulu, right? Is there a fee for that? Are you using those, right? So, it may not be much and, it may just be like, $40 a month, but add it in because it's an expense, right? And if you have kids, right? What are your kids costing you a month, right? It's basketball season and your kids wanted to do a tryout and, oh my goodness, they made the team, right? And I know all about this, right? Because my oldest, played AAU basketball. Okay. Well, that's $250 a month. First month there's the uniform and the practice and all that good stuff. And then the next month you got to pay for, all the tournaments and so forth. So, it's about $250 a month. All right. And what about, shopping? What about shopping? What are you shopping for on a monthly basis, right? Do you set aside money for, additional shopping on a monthly basis, right? You should. If you don't, you should. Okay. And what about that gym membership? Okay. These are all expenses. These are all monthly expenses that you should add. To all of my business owners, right? To all of those folks, it's the, great resignation, right? So everybody, has a business some way, shape, or another. Like, what is your business costing you a month, right? That you have to take care of out of your pocket, right? And yes, we have folks, we dine out, maybe say once a week, averaging at $100. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Are we paying for any type of entertainment, right? I just got hit up and asked, did I want to go to the game this weekend? And there's some tickets, is that something we want to do? I don't know. Or do you go to the movies, on a monthly basis? I don't know. What's your financial behavior habits? What does that look like, surrounded around money, right? So for entertainment, and that includes, some of you guys who like to go to happy hour, right? Just put it in the budget. Is it in the budget? That's all you want to do. Is it in the budget? Now, here's something else that is really cool. miscellaneous. Are you running a super lean budget, or do you want to make sure that you add in something else that's, miscellaneous? Or do you want to add in another $100 to the miscellaneous pile? Not necessarily that you have to spend it, but you just want to be a little bit more realistic. Okay. Boom. That's itemizing your living expenses. Okay. And then some people, don't know whether they should file married, filing jointly, married, filing separately. We can get into that, but this program also allows you to do all of those things. Okay. One thing I want to do now is I want to jump to income. Okay. For all of you who are preparing for your meeting to activate your financial GPS, what this is giving you a bird's eye view of your financial situation. It's helping you prepare for your appointment to get all that activated. Okay. So let's talk about salaries. Okay. What is your gross salary amount? And the reason why I say gross, a lot of times we get questions, do you want to know gross or net? No, give us the gross, because what we want to be able to do is, be able to talk about your tax picture. What does that look like for you? Okay. So, you obviously you'll put in your salary, and do you get an annual increase at work? Do you get step increases? Like, so a lot of our federal employees, they get step increases. Our county employees, our school teachers, they get step increases, right? Do you get an increase? Many people say, yeah, I get an increase, but they don't know how much the increase is. It's kind of weird, right? And then how long are you going to receive that income, right? All forms of income, like how long are you going to get this? Well, until I retire. Okay, great. It's safe, right? The other thing was Social Security. Are you going to receive Social Security, or are you already receiving Social Security? Okay. Just as a rule of thumb, we like to put age 67 in here. That's full retirement age right now for a lot of folks. And if you don't know how much you're going to get in Social Security, we're able to do a simple estimate based upon your current income. So go ahead and put that in there and hit save. Always remember to hit save, and do that for both husband and wife. Now, what happens if you have a business, like you're self-employed or something, right? So you can go ahead and put inside your self-employment. You can go ahead and put inside your pension, any annuities, or what about others, right? If you get a loan, if you take a loan, you want to put this inside your financial GPS. Reverse mortgage, inheritance, royalties. Those of you who are receiving alimony, right? So that's income if you're receiving alimony, but it's an expense if you're having to pay alimony. I hope you're catching on to this. I hope this is making sense. All right. And always remember to hit save. Always remember to hit save. All right. So I want to slow down a moment and just remind you, this is why we are doing these things, right? Because we have found that people have a huge issue as it pertains to their financial scenario, because they just don't know where their money is going. They know they're making money, but they don't know where it's going, right? So as we're sharing this with you, we really want you to take that into consideration so you can get a bird's eye view of your financial situation. Moving along. So you have income coming in. So the very next question is, tell us about your savings, right? Or you put down your savings, right? All right. This is what I'm going to say is really important right here. Okay. And it may call for you to pick up the phone tomorrow morning and call your HR department. Ready? Here we go. So some of you guys got a 401k. Okay. And you're contributing however much dollars, right? So either it's a regular dollar rate or it's a percentage. I want you to know your percentage. Okay. What is the percent of how much they're taking out of your weekly, biweekly, or monthly checks? Okay. Then you type that in. But the other thing that I really want you to know, and that many people don't know, is, are you getting a match? Okay, great. How much is that match? Okay. How much is that match? Put that in, hit save. Now, do you get 100%, let's say up to 3%, and then 50% up to 5%? That needs to be known. If you do not know the answer to that and you are receiving a 401k, or you are receiving, what do you call it? A 401k, a 403b, a TSP, a 457. Any of those retirement plans that are associated with your employment, this is something that you want to know. We're talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people don't know the answers to this question. They don't know the percentages of their 401ks or their retirement accounts. And then they don't know the match. So you want to know both of them. If you do know both of them, you get a gold star. Good job. Okay, keep it moving, right? Definitely. Many people know the answers to these questions for themselves, but they don't know the answers to their spouses. Okay, all right. And once again, this is one of these cloned accounts. Change the name to protect the innocent, right? Then do you have any other taxable accounts? Add those in. Hit save. Okay. So far we've already, who's in your family? What are your expenses? What's your income? What's your savings? Almost done here. Now, this is so important, what I'm getting ready to share with you on this page. Okay. And you need to have a place where you can monitor all of your finances in one place. Okay. You need to have a place where they're all plugged in and you can watch all of your finances in one place. That's why we love this financial GPS. Okay. So first things first, you can do it the easy way or you can do the manual way. Let me share with you the easy way first, right? So the easy way is if you go to where it says link account and you click that link account. And let's say that you bank with one of those top banks. Let's say, we're being patriotic here, right? Let's say Bank of America, right? This is any financial institution that's FDIC approved, it should be here. What you would do is you will log into your account like you would normally log into your account. This is a super secure way of doing this. All right. There's a two-step authorization that, check your email, check your cell phone, that you can link your account to your financial GPS. That's why we activate it for you and it's yours. We just want you to use it. Okay. So you can activate that using any of your accounts, and we encourage you, any of your bank accounts, savings accounts, investment accounts, credit card accounts, any mortgages, any loans that you have, any insurance policies that you have, link them all in here. Right? If not, if you got a bank, add the bank, right? Put the name of the bank here and your average amount that you try to keep inside your bank account. More importantly, is it a joint account or is it your personal account? This all has a reason and a purpose you're going to see in a moment. Just stick around. We'll get to the punch. The next thing is, do you have any credit cards? Okay. So if you do have any credit cards, you want to put that card, but here's the thing that I'm finding out that a lot of people don't know about their credit cards. You need to know your APR. You need to know your interest rate that you're getting charged on your credit card. Okay. And then what's your minimum payment? So there's a minimum payment that people make, and then there's the extra that they like to make, what they're getting paid off for. I'm going to go into in a moment, why all of these numbers make sense and you want to have them plugged in. But I'm trying to be very meticulous in trying to teach you how to complete your financial GPS, how to get your financial GPS activated, what you need to prepare for, and having one of these accounts right here so you can manage your financial affairs, right? Okay, hit save, always hit save, okay? Your IRAs, if you have a TSP, if you have, a IRA connected to the account. That's simple, right? So get your statements. That's the first thing you want to do. You want to make sure you have all your statements. But then also what you want to do is not only have your statements, but you want to have it plugged in here. And so like I said, we're doing it the manual way, but I'm just trying to do this in a manner so that you can know what to expect when you're getting ready to activate your financial GPS. But more importantly, maybe you can do it yourself. Okay. And when you get done, we can activate it for you then. All right. Next. Some of you guys are in stock accounts. You can add stocks here. I'm going to bypass that real quick, but just say, hey, if you got a mortgage, add your mortgage. Okay. Now, a little quick tip, add your mortgage in here. Okay. And then as you add it in here, you want to, check out your interest rate. It's a high interest rate right here again here. Okay. Anyways, check out your interest rate and then connect it to your primary home. Connect it to your primary home down the bottom. Always hit what? Hit save, hit save, hit save. Now, for those of you who are just coming in, we're talking about your financial GPS, how to use it, how to get it activated. What does that look like for you? And once we get done, we're going to also talk about how to use it, right? How to start using it immediately, fresh out the gate. Okay. The next thing, do you have any loans, like any car loans? Add those into your financial GPS. Okay. Now, if you want access to this, all you got to do is just reach out to us, make an appointment. We'll help you activate your financial GPS. Boom, 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 and you're good to go. Right. Next, do you own or do you rent? Okay. If you rent, put that in here. If not, if you own, then put it in. What was your purchase price? Hey, great. What's the current value right now? Okay. Do you know your tax appreciation for your county? Do you know your annual tax increase for your county? Okay. Add that in here. Add all of that in here. You're going to see right in a moment, but just add all that in here. Okay. The other thing, everybody should have car insurance. Okay. Add your car insurance in here. By the way, get your statements for your car insurance. How much does it pay out for bodily injury? How much does it pay out for property damage? Oh yeah, what's your deductible? Is it, 0, 250, 500, 1,000? What's your deductible? Is it collision and comprehensive? Right? Add all of that in here because you're going to want to make sure that you have all of your numbers lined up. Okay. Also, do you have a life insurance policy? Many people have term policies. So you want to make sure that you add all of that into your financial GPS. Many of you have your financial GPS activated, but what you really need to do is dig down and make sure that your numbers are as tight and accurate as possible. We're getting ready to talk about why you want to do that. I'm trying to be very meticulous in getting all that done. And then lastly, other. Okay. Is it what kind of asset is it a lifestyle? Is it, do you have, a worth inside of your business? Add that in here. Add that in here. So it contributes to your overall net worth. And always remember to hit save. Okay. Probably the most, if there's anything, the most important part is, we pride ourselves in protecting people and not just things. Right. So a bigger portion of you is, let's talk about your goals. What age do you want to retire? How much do you think you need monthly for retirement? Retirement healthcare costs. This is huge. The number that you see here on the screen at 5716, it wasn't that high prior to COVID. Okay, it was much lower by it was about 5,200. Now it's at 5,700. Cost of long-term care. We want to be able to calculate that. That's at 53,768 right now. God forbid you or anyone you love ends up inside of a long-term care scenario. But, there's 4 payments that happens when you go inside of a long-term care scenario, right? Medicare pays. Your insurance pays. Medicare pays again. I'm sorry. Medicare pays. Your insurance pays. To get Medicare to pay again, you have to pay. How much do you have to pay? Within 1 year, 53,768. Then Medicare will continue paying. If you can't pay that or don't have the money to pay that, you now become a part of the federal spin down. Now, if you don't know what the federal spin down is, right? You've probably seen it before, but didn't know what it was called. It's basically when you become medically adverse, the state is going to help you out, ethically and morally, but they're going to use your assets as collateral to get their money back for helping you. Okay. So that's why we want to protect your assets. But more importantly, we want to make sure that your savings can handle any of this, right? Obviously, there's college goals, for any of the kiddos. Okay. And any other type of goal that you have, right? Do you want to buy a new car? You want to go on vacation? Are you saving for a wedding, right? Do you want to acquire some more property, right? Do you want to downsize, right? Do you want to purchase a business? Just the type of assets that you look forward to purchasing at some point in time. Maybe this year, right? It's their personal gift. Like a lot of people, they set aside every single month for the holidays. They know that they're going to spend that money, so they set aside for the holidays. This is proper planning. Be very meticulous for this, right? Leave no stone unturned, and then hit complete. Okay. So with that being said, that is the financial GPS, in a nutshell. And now, thank you for sticking around. I just want to check real quick. Are there any questions? I think everybody has it. It's pretty straightforward. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Good job, you guys. Now that you see that, there we go. All right. So let's talk about why we just did everything that we just did. Okay. Is that based upon the results that we just put in, you immediately get to see your probability of success. Now, some of us are old school, but let me ask you a question. What is a 77? If you took a test and got a 77, what is it? Is that a C plus? You got a C plus? So what if you earned a C plus on your retirement? How's that make you feel? Right. So what we're trying to do is get you to A plus, right? And that's 100%. You're sure. Now, all jokes aside, any plan over 87 percentile or higher, we consider that a really good plan, right? 87% or higher, that's a really good plan. And we use Monte Carlo configurations here. It runs it through thousands upon thousands of scenarios that have happened in the past, and it tests your financial situation to give you a probability of success. It's been dead on lately. That's all I will say about that, right? And you're able to do comparisons and so forth. But here's a cool thing about the analysis is that you're able to look at your cash flows. And once again, this is a clone of another family. Income is always great, but one of the first things I like to do is just go to the tax payments. And I like to ask people, hey, this is awesome. How do you feel? How do you feel about having to pay $168,000 in taxes in the next coming years? Isn't that exciting? Most people are like, no, right? So we're able to look at your cash flow and look at your taxes, but more importantly, anytime you see anytime you look at expenses, oh my goodness. Oh, that's minus the insurance premium. So expenses look okay, but here's the next thing. This is why we use the financial GPS, right? We're able to pull up your dashboard and you can use your financial GPS to help budget, to help have a monthly budget, a quarterly, annual budget that will keep you on track to meet your financial goals. That is the reason why we do that. You're also able to manage your debt properly, right? Is able to just show you, look, 430 months sooner, right? Okay. For those of you who have student loans, one of my favorite portions about this, definitely on the investment side, if you are an investor, right? Some of you guys who are working with Robinhood and some of those other apps, plug that in here. Some of you guys, have a 401k at work, plug it in here, add it on here, attach that account, right? Link your account. And then you can play with the numbers here of all of the accounts, right? And then once you look at all the accounts, you can say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be crazy. I'm going to be the most aggressive right now. I got money to burn. Or do you want something a little bit more conservative? What does that look like for you? Now you are empowered to tell your financial planner, your financial advisor, hey, I'm looking for something more on the conservative side. Why? Because you've already done the numbers. Okay. Then next, you're able to check out, are you properly insured? I don't like when people are overinsured by too much. I don't like when you're underinsured. How would you know, right? This is a great tool to have to be able to check those out. Some of you guys who have college loans, right? Let's get it covered, okay? One of my favorite spots here, right? You're able to take this and start calculating your own personal tax picture, right? You're able to start doing that. This is totally cool, right? Another thing that I really, really appreciate about this program is not only get the estimates, but hey, if you have funds, went a little bit ahead. If you have funds, right, and that you want to have distributed to you over the rest of your life, if you use a little strategies that we show you, you can fact check the strategies that we provide for you. Okay. So we're able to back our numbers up, right? Because proper planning makes execution easier. So we plan through here. This is a planning software, financial planning software that we plug your numbers in, and we're able to show you in this example that, 3 million more. It's not bad, right? Okay. And then last but not least, this is probably my favorite portion right here is that, those of you who are into generational wealth, this is one of the ways to do it. Okay. You can map out, what you have, where do you want it to go? Check off your beneficiary list, who gets what, okay? Who gets nothing, okay? And then there's also that checklist for you, for your will, your power of attorney, your medical directives. Yeah, let's get those in. Bonus feature here in the financial GPS, right? You're able to upload and add documents here. So you can either add documents directly from your computer, from your Google Drive, Dropbox, Evernote, OneDrive, or Box. If you use any of those, you're able to attach your documents here. Okay. So that's why I get excited about the financial GPS. I mean, it has all kinds of calculators built in here. We're able to have a lot of fun here. Some of the things that are in here, some people don't know exist. And so I wanted to use this training tonight to really get people on top of managing their financial GPS, using their financial GPS, getting their financial GPS activated. And if that's of interest to you, just reach out to us, info@lasterfinancial.com, All About Others on YouTube, The Laster Financial on Facebook, and get it done. Go ahead and get it done. Don't wait, get it done, right? So I know a lot of financial adversity is going on as it pertains to inflation right now, the gas tank, people are transitioning from one job to another, or people are just beginning to save for the first time in their life. And they want to make sure that they're doing the best job possible. What I would encourage you to do is activate your financial GPS. Get it done. Okay. So that's tonight's training. Just want to get everybody locked in on their financial GPS, understanding what it is, why we do it, how to use it. Just make sure that you tighten up your numbers so now you can have released to you all of the fine fixes and tools that are embedded inside your financial GPS. So want to thank you all for being a part of tonight's training. Okay. And if anybody has questions, definitely go ahead and reach out and ask those questions. If you're watching the playback, go ahead and put your questions inside of the chat box. We're always watching that, so we can answer your questions there. If it's more specific to you and your customized situation, just let us know, send us a note, and we'll get back to you. Okay. If we can't answer your questions, we do know who can answer your questions. So it's all good, baby. All right, guys. Enjoy. God bless. Be well. Take care.